Here's the story of Johnny the Mad Dragon, who had my mother by his side. They were four friends, certainly obnoxious, but full of dragon's pride.
It's the story of the great Jesse Godfrey, with Big D Go-Go and Mr. Rob. Never Jesse's crew, so fierce and passionate, and the red V shine true. Till the one day when
Johnny met young Jesse,
and they knew
it was much more than a hug. That this group would form a fiery podcast. That's how we jumped on Mad Dragon's back. Mad Dragon's back. Mad Dragon's back. That's the way we became the Mad Dragon's back. Come on, Dragons fans! Fire up!
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mad Dragons podcast, proudly sponsored by Complete Warehouse Solutions. Over 100 years of warehouse experience. Go see Jeff and the team who can do your fit-out projects. Go see them team on the 6 Commerce Drive, Lake Illawarra. Give them a call on 4257-1930 or 0417 223 409. And I'll introduce the rest of the panel. We do have Big T in the top right corner there, Youngie there just below, and we also got Rob, and we'll have Billy joining us a little bit later on. Now, yes, we got our second trip to Brisbane Vegas in 3 weeks this weekend as we take on the Brisbane Broncos. It's our last game before we do have a bye, before we do enter the State of Origin period. So it is pretty much a 4-point game this weekend. And if we are going to keep in touch with that top 8, this is a game we simply must win. So we'll hand over to you, Rob. You can walk us through how the Dragons side will line up this weekend. There are a couple of changes.
Yes, correct. So round 11, team list for the Dragons, we've got Gutho at fullback. On the wings, we've got Terrell Sloan and Corey Allen. Terrell Sloan might still be a little bit in doubt. They're saying he's 100%, but we'll have to wait and see. We've got Sully and Holmes in the centres. Kyle Flanagan at 5'8", and Lycan King Tonga at halfback. At prop, Jack DeBellin, hooker Damien Cook, prop David Clemmer. And then the second row, Dylan Egan and Jaden Sewer. In locking the scrum, Hamish Stewart. And our 14, Jacob Little, Luch, 15, and big old Loco. What a great game he played last game against the Warriors, 16. And Blocker back at 17. And Nathan Lawson, 18th man. And we'll have to see him on the wing yet, Jesse, if he does come in or not for Sloan.
Yep. And also the extended bench with Hame Sele, Lachlan Lewis, Raymond Vitala-Mariner, and Michael Molo.
Yes.
We were supposed to have a Broncos best, but due to unfortunate circumstances, we don't have one. But I'll hand
what
over
a shame.
Hand over to Big T, and he can walk us through this segment.
Come with me as we go behind enemy lines.
Well, good day, Dragons fans. I'm Big T, and this is around 11. We're playing the Broncos and behind enemy lines. Whew. We've got a bit of a matchup coming up here. Our guest couldn't come on. She had a little accident on the way home. I hope you're all right, Shirlo, if you're watching. Jesse's boss from work, she is. All right, we've got Sorban Cobbo at the back, Dane Mariner and Jesse Arthurs on the wings, Tony Spags, and I think it's Gahermet Shibashaki. Ezra Mann back in the side only after a week after he came back in the game against South Logan in the South Logan's team. Adam Reynolds is the other half. Pat Carrigan, Billy Walters, Payne Haas is the front row. Xavier Willison. I was going to ask Sheila if she knew much about Xavier Willison, but Jordan Rickers the other second rower, and Kobe Hetherington locks the scrum. Corey Pakes, Corey Jensen, Brendan Piakura, and Fletcher Baker on the bench. Tyson Smoothie, 19th man. Josiah Karapani, Marty Tapau. I like to call him Tapau, but it's Tapau. Jaden Hunt and Deloise Hoyter. I bet Deloise is the only Deloise ever to play rugby league. I've never thought of
Dragon
another one.
Jaden Hunt too.
Oh, Jaden Hunt's next Dragon. A couple of there. Mads Maguire's the coach. And on the extended bench is, I've done for that, didn't I? Hoyter. Yeah, I was going to ask the our guests. No IMAC this week. He's not playing. He's injured himself. But yeah, he's not in. I was going to say, what difference will Ezra Mann make without Ben Hunt in the side? What would you say, Jess?
Well, Ezra Mam hasn't played he hasn't played any football since last year, so he's going to be lacking in match fitness, and he'll be under a lot of pressure as well. They've had a mixed bag to start the year, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do play. Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds are pretty similar, and they are probably the most experienced halves in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ezra Mam and Adam Reynolds do pick up. I'm not sure how Ezra Mam's going to play. I'm sure he'll be. Everyone on the game will be watching him. A lot of people are. A lot of people
Apparently, he was on fire for South Logan on the weekend. Had a really good game. So
Yeah. That's all
I heard he got booed at Magic Round.
well, let's hope he keeps feet.
Anyway, Daz, I was going to ask our guest what they thought Madge's reaction would be to losing 4 out of the last 5 games from seeing him on Tigerland or whatever that show was called he was on.
Sorry,
He's a big sprayer.
Yeah, they would have copped a real spray, wouldn't they? You wouldn't want to be in that room. There's been a fly on the wall in that room.
Let's get off that one.
Would have. Yeah.
That's better.
Sorry?
Where's everyone gone?
It disappeared. Was
Everyone's
it me?
disappeared. I don't know.
Yeah.
Watching Tigerville or whatever it was called. Geez, he gave the Tigers some sprays back then, didn't he?
Yeah, I remember watching that. He's good at giving a spray, that's for sure. I was just saying, I wouldn't want to be in that room if they lose another one. So Broncos could be on this weekend. That's what worries me.
Yeah, Rob, another question I was going to ask Shirley. They had a streak of wins from 2015 to 2017, 4 wins. We had a streak of wins 2018 to 21. We had 5 wins. And the last 4 have been win, loss, win for us. What makes them think the Broncos is going to beat the Dragons on the weekend?
Well, mate, just what we were talking about. Obviously, Madge is a decent coach. And the Rother Khan, I think, obviously would have been put on the players, the team, the squad. So I've no doubt that they'll be up for the game. I actually see Ezra Mann. I don't think he should have been allowed to be back in the game, of course, but I see him as a plus for them. I think he'll add a bit of spark, a bit like us with LKT. LKT's come in and add a bit of spark, and Daz was right. He played brilliantly. I know it's only reserve grade, but mate, I just think they'll be up for it. I mean, they got players right across the park, and I mean, probably the best prop in the game in Haas. Cobbo, when Cobbo's on at fullback, is unbelievable.
Goes well at fullback.
Yeah, and we're seeing with Reynolds what Reynolds can do.
Try scoring.
Yeah, so masterclass. So, mate, we're going to be in for it's going to be a tough assignment, I think, for us. I thought we were just so unlucky in the Warriors game. We could have won the game. And to lose by 1 point normal time for me really sucks. If it was golden point and went either way, I get it. Because it's a field goal. But to lose by 1 in normal time, I hate that sort of thing happening. You know what I mean? But look, yeah, I think it's going to be a real tough one for us.
Yeah, the other question I had for him what were they looking for head to head? What were they looking forward to? But we'll cover that later on. Yeah, so that was all I had for the. Do you guys have any other questions you'd like to ask?
Well, I was going to say Michael Maguire was brought in to give the Broncos that harder edge that they seem to lack, but it looks like that hasn't happened. Do you think the Broncos are a soft team that don't like getting in the work? They're all those flashy players, and when their class players want to in a mood, they just do it. They can do it, or do you think they are a team that need to get into their work?
Now, you can have a team of champions, but it's not a champion team, is it? Like all those. I said the Bulldogs were like that a couple of years ago. They had a lot of prima donnas in their side, but now they're playing well. The Broncos have got a lot of top players. Their backline is almost second to none. Cobbo at the back.
You hit the nail on the head, though, Big T. I think it's more a team of individuals.
That's what I think too.
It's a team. Like a team, across the
Cobbo's much like Mitchell, Latrell Mitchell, and I think Latrell Mitchell's a very, very selfish player. He does a lot of things for himself, not for the team.
And he gets involved when
yeah, that's like Cobbo. Cobbo does the same thing. If he's on fire, we're in trouble.
Yeah, like Rob, you mentioned like Payne Haas, the best. A lot of people said he's the best prop in the game. Like, do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. He's just sorry, Big T. He's just absolutely. Normally, when he plays normal, he's so bloody unbelievable. But if he has a day out against us on the weekend, beware, because he's a rampaging bull. I mean, he could absolutely tear us up through the middle. Obviously, that's what's been happening to us. Unfortunately, in X amount of games this season, we've been getting beaten through the middle. So, if he has a day out, we're going to be in trouble.
They're going to wrap him up. They've got to stop that ball from being offloaded. And we're very poor at stopping offload. So, if he's getting offloads going, we're in trouble.
We do welcome Billy as well, who's just joined us.
Yeah, Billy.
Hello. Billy.
He's in bed.
You got any thoughts on the game, Billy? What do you think of the Broncos?
They're a strong side on paper. It's been a bit weird. I don't know why they haven't been able to put it out on the field, to be honest. But look, they've lost a couple in a row now. I think they're going to be roaring for Sunday, especially because it's at their home ground. And I think if we match it, if we match their energy, we have a chance.
Yep.
I'm hearing they're unhappy up there with Madge, but they're unhappy with Kevy as well.
That's what Grant's just said.
Yep, they don't like his
Maguire's
coaching.
not getting on well with the players. Oh, hopefully there's
I heard stories.
problems at the Broncos.
I got told by a couple of the old boys in here, Dragons players, who obviously know some of the old boys up in Broncos. He's a bit crazy, Madge. You see Bellamy in the box going off and all that, swearing and all that sort of stuff. He's been known to carry a baseball bat around. You'll get a chair and you'll just absolutely beat the living shit out of the
doors.
Yeah, the chair. Beat living crap out of the chair in front of the players. You know what I mean? And just do stuff like that. So, some you could call them violent acts, but they're tough first grade rugby league players. But apparently, Madge has a very, very bad temper. So yeah,
You don't bring a baseball bat into the change rooms and intimidate your players.
That's what I've been told. So
What the hell?
intimidator. So
Well, he did learn from Craig Bellamy, so
and if you watch Tiger Town, mate, he absolutely goes off, rips stuff, off and swearing, going off his head, pulling chairs.
Craig Bellamy has earned a reputation, though.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah.
Michael
He's
Maguire's
a coach
one-
you look up to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Madge has earned that respect yet.
No. Oh, definitely not. Not the same class at all.
I mean, yes, he did have success in Origin last year with the Blues. Go the Blues, by the way, Big T. Had to get that.
Queenslander.
But yeah, different proposition though. Coaching week to week NRL football.
Yeah, it is very much. See how he struggled at the Tigers, and then they brought Timmy in, I think. But anyway, I think it's come to that time or not. We've talked enough about the Broncos. Let's talk about a little bit more about the Dragons in the past. We've got to talk past, don't we? We're not winning at the moment. So here we go. I'll bring it up. Come with me as you take a walk down memory lane. Brought to you by Essence and Light, Nature for Home and Body. They're a small batch candle and soap manufacturer. They've got a website now. Go to essenceatlight.com.au. Have a look, man. They're absolutely fantastic. We go back to Sunday, September 9th, 2018, Suncorp Stadium, Brisbane. Qualifying final. Brisbane Broncos versus the Dragons. Referees Grant Atkins and Chris Sutton. Crowd, 47,296. That's not a bad crowd for...
It was an elimination final, not a qualifying final.
Oh, there you go. Elimination final. And the Broncos finished up that year anyway. We played the Broncos 46 times in our 26 years in the NRL. Broncos have won 25. We've won 21, so it's pretty close. Broncos have scored 1,019 points. We've scored 927. It's not too bad. I'll just run through the sides. Darius Board, Corey Oates and Jermaine Azarko on the wing. Jimmy the Jet and Jordan Kahu in the centres. Anthony Milford and Cody Nikarima are the halves. Joey Offengawi and Captain Slow McCulloch. And I'm a Thug Friday up front. David Frieda, Tavita Pangai Jr., Josh Maguire locks the scrum. Matt Lodge, Pat Mago, Corbin Sims, and Katoni Staggs on the bench, coached by Wayne Bennett. The great Wayne Bennett. We'll go for the Dragon side there, coached by Mary McGregor. I've got it here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Mac Duffy at the back, McDonald, Nana McDonald, and Jordan Pereira on the wings. Him and Tim Laffey in the centres. Gareth Whittock and Ben Hunt in the in the halves.
He was
James Graham. He was James Graham, Cam McGuinness, Leeson Armour in the front row, Tossenville and Tarek Sims. Jack DeBella locks the scrum. On the bench, the GOAT, and we all know who the GOAT is. Kurt Mann, Blake Laurie, and Luciano Leilua. If you don't know who the GOAT is, that's Jeremy Lattimore. Anyway, talking about Jammer Graham, he played for the Dragons between 2018 and 2020, scoring one try, and that try was in front of his parents. So his parents come out and watched him, and he scored that try. I think it was at Cogra, I think. 230 games at St. Helens, 11 tries, 135 games for the Bulldogs, 2012 to 2017. Oh, sorry, not 11 tries. That's 2003 and 2011. 9 tests for Great Britain, 45 tests for England, 2 NRL All-Stars games. He's got 2 NRL trophies, 2 English Super League trophies, 423 combined games.
Wow.
That's a feat for a front rower. You know, he's a hard man, James Graham. Now he was a St. George Illawarra Dragons NRLW assistant in 2021, Fox Sport commentator. Appeared on ABSB TV drama. Plum, I'm not sure what Plum was. I should have had a look. He's donated his brain to science after he passes. Yeah, so
and he hosts the Buy Around podcast as well, Big T.
What was that, sorry?
He hosts the Buy Around podcast.
Okay, there you go. The Buy Round podcast. Get out there and look at it and see what he's talking about. So there's the game we're going back to. A elimination semi-final. Jess was saying Broncos Dragons up at Suncorp Stadium.
Was this the game that Tarek Sims went nuts?
Hang on, let me go. Come on, let me go.
No spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Dragons penalty goal. Dragons 2.
I'm just asking the question.
The Broncos get a penalty goal in the 9th minute and the 14th minute to make it 4-2 Broncos. And then, boom, boom, boom. Broncos score a try. Broncos 10, Dragons 2. We're in trouble. I always think about that. And then Terry Skim scores his first try in the 20th minute. McGuinness from the pass. Passes to Graham off to Hunt. Hunt who gives us the Sims, who pivots his way through the line. Bag is over. Broncos 10, Dragons 8. At 27 minute, 2015 Dragon Player of the Year, Lisa Narmau goes over for a 4-pointer. Burrows in from close. 14-10 to the Dragons. And Tarek Skims goes in again. Big Tarek. Hunt at dummy half, off to Wibbett, passes to Tarek Sims, over for his third. Dragons 20, Broncos 10. And 37th minute, Sims in for his first half hat trick. He owned his brother. Absolutely owned his brother.
I remember that exact thing, Big T. Ruan Sims was his sister. Ruan Sims was in the commentary. What did he have for breakfast, Ruan Sims? Can you tell? And then her exact words: she had Vegemite on Wheat Bix. He has just been on a mission this afternoon.
Nice, very nice. All right then, 40th minute, Dragons penalty goal. Half time, Dragons 28, Broncos 10. Tim Laffoy scores in the 49th minute. From midfield, field scrum, McInnes gets the ball from the back of the scrum to Hunt to Dufty. Dufty runs sideways across the field. Put Laffoy on the outside shoulder of Ben Roberts. Laffoy breaks the line. Dragons 34, Broncos 10. Oh, then the Broncos go over. Dragons 34. Misses the goal, but Broncos 14. Oh, they go over again. They're coming back. Missed the goal again. 34-18. That try there would have popped his shoulder in the tackle there. He was trying to tackle Cody Nicarima. So Widdop was sidelined for the next game we had. And that was it for the Broncos. Widdop went off, and the Dragons scored in the 69th minute with Luciano Leilua going over for a try. Where are we here? Cam McInnes from dummy half, little kick he done. It was a beautiful little kick. Puts it through. Luciano first there. Dragons 40, Broncos 18. 74th minute, Dragons kick the penalty goal. 42-18. Was it Lomax? Was okay. There you go.
It was already off by then.
And speed, beautiful speed. When I was younger, maybe, but not now. Dufty goes over. You couldn't catch him. Untouched. Dufty scores a try. Gareth Winnett, 7 for 7. But that was the end of his season. He was gone. Shoulder injury. And that cruelled him for a little while, didn't it? And then he came back and done it again. Was that the second time?
Season.
Against the Broncos.
He did this 3 weeks ago against Para. Then they rushed him back for the game. If you can remember it.
Well, there you go. That's full time. Dragons 48. Broncos 18.
Do you remember?
Thank you for joining me for Blind Enemy Lines and a walk down memory lane.
You remember what happened next week in the final?
This has been a Big T presentation.
Who's that sleeping?
That's me mate Marty. He should be on. He should be on here somewhere. They're having a VOD party actually. There's about 8 of them all sitting around watching me talk shit. So it's been a Big T presentation brought to you by Essence and Light, Nature for Human Body. Go and check them out. www.essenceandlight.com.au. Go and have a look, mate. Your missus will love it. They'll love you for them. They're absolutely fantastic. And the Mad Dragon Podcast, they help me do this. I love these guys. I love you all. The rest is history, but there's much, much more to be made. This week, we're not celebrating Donny. We've seen him on Sunday. We're celebrating Little Billy. Look at Little Billy.
Yeah, he was taught young.
Isn't he a beautiful little boy? Is that the Dragons jersey there, Bill?
Yeah.
And how old were you, reckon?
Would have been about, maybe 2.
2. So you just woken up or just going to sleep?
I think I was crying.
But not like this one. Not like this one.
Not like Donny.
Not like Donny. No. And I've made you one. I'm going to send that to you.
Like you've only given him 1 tooth.
Pardon?
You've only looked like you look like he's only got 1 tooth.
Oh, I didn't make him look like that. He's got no teeth there. At least he's got one there. Anyway, thanks for joining me on a walk down memory lane. It's been great. I love you all. Dragons for life, baby.
All right. Thank you, Big T. As always, very good segment. Now we'll get
It's
into
always
the
a
next
very good
part of the
segment.
evening, where we get everyone's thinking caps on, where we'll talk about a history about the Broncos and Dragons. And as Big T mentioned, that was a semi-final we did play the Broncos in. There was another semi-final at the venue a few years earlier, but we'll get into that question after this. All right, so my question tonight for this trivia segment tonight. So back to 2006, we played the Broncos in a semi-final, also at Suncorp. Now we won the game. Can you name what the score was? We won the game pretty comfortably as well. Not as big as that 2018 semi-final Big T walked us through, but we did win the game up there at Suncorp as well. And see if you can name the score. See if you can pick the score from
Oh,
that.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I was at this game too.
And that year as well, you may remember the Broncos went on to win the premiership.
Bastards.
So see how you go in the comments. Okay. Peter's not on the money for this one. Peter's been on the money recently, but he's not there tonight, Big T.
Peter Landis.
Peter Placido Valencio.
Just call him Peter Landis.
Peter Valencio, that's right. It's Peter Valencio.
Hello, Billy. Remember me? Who's this? Who's that, Billy?
That's my flog of a brother.
You're not going to bash.
Oh, the one you beat up a couple of weeks ago.
Love
I
you,
remember
Max.
that.
We love you, Maxie.
I'll do it again.
So Ian Johnson get it right, ain't it?
18-8. No, that's not correct.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what was the question? Sorry, I missed it.
I'm a dip.
The Dragons beat the Broncos in the 2006 qualifying final. We won convincingly. What was the score?
I was
Oh,
buying
wow.
grand
Mohammed?
final tickets from
Billy was
memory.
born.
No, not that
No.
big.
No. Anyway, let's move along.
Anyway, we'll move on to discussing our team. Now, Youngie, Toby Couchman, a huge out. He's been one of our
Massive loss.
He's been one of our arguably our best forward this year. Out for 3 to 4 weeks with that shoulder injury. He wasn't happy when he left the field on Saturday night in Wollongong. But Jack de Belin comes in to replace him. What do you think of that replacement? Big loss, Toby Couchman.
Yeah, look, Jack de Belin will do a job, but he's still a big loss, isn't he? He's been so good this year. I feel like he's almost had a breakout year. So we're already sort of struggling in the middle. So I'm just hoping we can get it done.
Yep. All right. Now, Billy, Tyrell Sloan hyperextended his elbow after falling awkwardly trying to catch a Kyle Flanagan kick at Wynn Stadium the other night. Hyperextended his elbow, heavily strapped during the game. Now, the Dragons have said today that they said yesterday that he's okay. Available for selection this week. So Flano has named him to fly to Brisbane with the team. As Rob said earlier, do you think he'll take his place?
I mean, if he's right, yeah, probably he will. Just because Shane Flanagan's not too keen on changing it up there. Although I would like to see Nathan Lawson make his debut. Sorry, I'm just connecting my charger. Yeah, I would like to see Nathan Lawson make his debut for us. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. And if Tyrell Sloan is right to play, then Shane Flanagan will play him. That's just how it is.
Yeah, honestly, against the Broncos, I reckon it'd be the right move to put Lawson on against
Yeah.
them.
I
Yeah,
think
he
Adam
was a
Reynolds will target
passenger.
him all day.
He was a passenger against the Warriors when his
Yeah.
arm was bad. I don't know if anybody knows about hyperextension, but dislocation in the elbow, but it takes longer than a week to come back from that. If you're playing
He was
full
hanging.
contact ball or rugby league, it'll be funny. He'll do that last minute change like he usually does an hour before the game. I guarantee you. He's not going to play Sloan.
Against that back line, I reckon it'd be a smart move.
He couldn't even lift it up. He couldn't. He was struggling.
Hey, Ian Johnson's got the answer.
There we
Well,
go.
Well done, Ian.
Hmm.
20-4.
Good
Dragons
bloke,
won
Ian Johnson.
20-4.
There's Kyle Sankey. I used to coach Kyle in rugby league. Hey, Kyle.
Hopefully not Cole Flanagan.
Yeah, we won the
Yeah,
game
I'll say.
20 points to 4. So
This is up the
sorry to
Broncos.
interrupt you guys, but I'll just run through what happened in that game. So we won 20 points to 4. It was on a Saturday night. It was the second qualifying final. We finished that year. The Broncos did finish third. I'll run through both sides. So the Dragons team was Quentin Greenshields at the back, Wes Nagwama and Brett Morris on the wings, Mark Gasnier and Matt Cooper in the centres, 5'8" and captain Trent Barrett and the halfback Ben Hornby. The front row was Luke Bailey and Jason Riles, hooker Aaron Gorrell. Second row was Matt Bickerstaff and Ashton Sims, locking the scrum, Sean Timmins. The bench, Ben Cray, Danny Wicks, Justin Paul and Matthew Head. The coach, Nathan Brown. The Broncos side was Justin Hodges at fullback, Darius Boyd and Tame Tupou on the wings, Brent Tate and David Stagg in the centres, 5'8" and captain Darren Lockyer, the halfback Shane Perry. The front rows Shane Webke and Petro Sivanasiva. Hooker was Sean Berrigan. Second rows Sam Friday and Brad Fawn, and locking the scrum Tony Carroll. The bench for the Broncos that night was Corey Parker, Dane Carlaw, Ben Hannett and Casey Maguire, and the coach, of course, is Wayne Bennett. We won 20 points to 4 with tries to Luke Bailey, Matt Cooper, Aaron Gorrell, and Clint Greenshields, with Aaron Gorrell kicking 2 goals. Matthew Head missing his only attempt, while for the Broncos, Darius Boyd got the try, and Corey Parker was none from 1. We led 10-4 at halftime. We went on to win 20 points to 4, and we moved on to the semi-final against Manly that year. So 2 finals games. We've won 2 semi-finals games up there at Suncorp Big T.
Did we
Yes,
win
we like
against Manly
Suncorp
the following
Stadium.
week?
Sorry, what was that?
What was the didn't we win against Manly the following week? And then I think was that the game we lost against West?
No,
The
we
following-
played Melbourne in the prelim that year.
That's right.
We beat Manly 28-0, and then Melbourne were just too good for us in the prelim.
Yep.
The year before, West beat us, yeah.
Yeah, Suncorp were 18-10, so we won 10 games up there.
Anyway, go back to where we were. So, Rob, you were discussing, how Tyrell Sloan was under some distress playing that game against the Warriors on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, it's one of those injuries that you really should have come off the field, but for whatever reason they kept him on.
On
I
Friday.
just can't see him playing on the weekend. So, especially if you got a fit Lawson, who's been doing pretty well, give him a go, give him a crack. You know what I mean? Who's the Roosters winger from Rugby Union, the similar way as Lawson?
Oh, he's a
Wangini
gun.
Puase.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't say his name either. Gun of a player.
Big T, you can say it. But
Big T knows how to say it. Go on, Big T. Tell him how to say
Nawangani
it.
yeah, so I mean, we need that little bit of I don't know, and Sloaney's not really been in hot trot form, but that last X amount of games either. So I don't know. It'd be nice to see Lawson get a start. If Sloan is a little bit in doubt, don't play him. He's not 100% fit with an elbow like that. It's just ridiculous. Because if it goes on him in the game again, then we're stuffed. We'll be a player down. We'll have a passenger.
100%. Billy. Blake Laurie comes back onto the bench with Toby Couchman out and Jack DeBellin now going into the run-on side. Blake Laurie hasn't played since the game. Did he play against the Tigers? I don't think he did. I don't think he's played since Anzac Day. He didn't even play New South Wales Cup in Tamworth last Sunday. Hasn't played for a couple of weeks. How do you think he'll go, being straight in after no playing for the last few weeks?
I think he'll be good. Like, he wasn't even bad for us when he came back. Like, he hasn't really done anything wrong. I don't know why he got dropped. I thought Gula should have got dropped before him. So good to see him back in the lineup. He brings a bit of aggression, especially when he's much fitter. So good to see him back in the lineup. It's interesting. Saleh's back in the reserves, possibly making his way back up. So I guess we'll see how he tracks in reserve grade for a couple of weeks. But for now, Laurie's in there, and I'm hoping he can do a job for us.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see how they go, because New South Wales Cup will be playing at North Sydney, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But do you think, Big T, do you think all 22 players will make the trip to Brisbane, or do you think some will stay behind in Sydney to play New South Wales Cup?
I think we'll find some will stay behind. I think they'll take Lawson, Saleh, and Fatala Mariner up. Marlon Ilias go back to Reggie's. But yeah, I'd like to see Lawson have a start, but depends on how Tyrell Sloan goes.
Yep. Now, Youngie, something we did talk a little bit on Sunday. I don't know if you saw it, but Loco Tonga made his debut against the Warriors. It was quite a debut from him. How do you think he'll go second time round? Now he's got.
I can't see him getting dropped from here. It's been a long time coming. We've been calling for him to get selected for, ages. I guess coach just wanted to wait until he thought he was ready. But in my opinion, he's been ready all year. Great player. And I'm really happy to see him in the team.
Big T, what do you think, though, is the biggest concern with the Dragons at the moment? Still not icing those close games. We've had 3 losses by 1 point. Someone said we've had 3 that by 2 or less, or 4 by 2 or less this year. What is it? What do you think is wrong with the Dragons at the moment? How can we get out of this rut?
We can't finish off for a start. We can't end our sets with anything good. We're not making meters with our sets. We've got to make over 48, 49 meters in our sets. We've got to make 50 meters a set. We've got to be attacking from good positions inside their half. We haven't been doing that. Too many stupid mistakes in our own half. There's a lot they have to work on. They've got to work on everything. We've got to finish. We can't finish. We can't finish the games off. That's the problem.
And
we seem to play from behind, don't we?
We do every week.
Played very well against the Warriors in that second half.
Get 80-0 down, and we play catch-up football.
14-0 down against
We get close, but just can't finish it off.
Absolute craziness. We can't finish it off. We can't finish games. We just can't.
I think coach has got also to be a bit more responsible now. Shane Flanagan. I always loved Cook, but I think it has to be changed now. I think Little should be playing more minutes and Cook should be playing less minutes. And he's got to make.
I agree with you, Rob.
At the end of the day, he got the big 3 in. He got Gutho in and Cook in and Holmes in. And even Gutho's gone off, as we can see. We're lacking X factor. LKT's brought a bit of X factor, the tiny bit he can bring in, because Rome wasn't built in a day. He's just coming in and trying to cement his position. But you can see when Little comes on the field, it changes. The momentum changes. We were a bit faster. Yep. He's a bit quicker out of dummy half. So, unless Little's sort of on the field at the moment, the way we're looking, we don't really look like we have an X factor player. You know what I mean? That can really do something out of nothing to make something happen for us in a game. So that's what
he's lost a step or two, hasn't he, Rob?
Oh, no, 100%, mate. I mean, a great player in his time and all that. And sure, he can still play a role in our team, but the role's got to be reversed between him and Little. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. If I was Little, I'd be looking to go elsewhere next season if this keeps up for the rest of the year. Could you blame Little? He'd
No.
probably get a start just about any other first grade team, without being ridiculous. Obviously, you got Harry Grant and players like that, but he's got to be in the top half a dozen hookers in the game. So, I'm sure there'll be a team out there that would be starting for or will give him, most of the time in their first grade team.
Well, Littles actually has a mutual option for 2026. Whether the club or him decide to take that up, I'm not too sure, but I don't know what will take place. But if he does, as
they're,
Rob said,
they're playing with fire doing this.
He could go if he's only going to play a bench role because I think he's far too good to be off the bench. But then again, I'm not sure if he is that 80-minute player either.
He doesn't have to be now.
But
He
mate,
doesn't have to play 80.
he might play 55, 60.
That's right.
60, I don't know, but mate, he'll get picked up. There'll be a team out there for
And
sure.
And that doesn't
He can
mean
play Cook at the 14, and he can
No,
come
that's
on
right.
and play fullback, 5'8",
Right.
half, back
he can play
row.
40 minutes.
You could slot Cook in anywhere if you play him off the bench.
It's an age difference as well, too, mate. I mean,
Little's only a hooker.
how old's Little? How old's Cook? It makes
Little's 28, 29. Cook's 34.
Yeah, so that's the difference here. Little's right at his peak now, mate, and we're not playing him at his peak time.
Here's another question,
Twilight of
Jess.
his career.
Here's
Yep.
another question, Jess. What does Sully give us?
Rocks and diamonds.
Not
I'm
much.
off Sully
I mean,
now,
as Rob said, he's hasn't had a great year. He's normally that hard running center that really helps our sets go forward, but he hasn't really done that this year. He's normally a powerful running center, but he gets found out a lot of time in defense. You see him rush out of the centers and isolate poor Tyrell Sloan, and Tyrell Sloan cops the flag. I know, yes, it's Tyrell Sloan's job to stay on the wing, but Sully running in out of his center is not helping either.
So he's not
It's not helping
mobile
him.
enough, mate. We used to have years and years ago at the Dragons. We used to play our second rowers out wide. I'm sure Youngie and Big T remember.
Both Scott, yep.
Players like that. So it was a thing. Play your second rowers out wide in the centres, but now these days, mate, he's just not mobile enough. So the an attack. He's a big body. Yeah, sure, 10 metres out from the line of attack, but mate, we need him in defence as well. So, to me, I'm over Sully now. I mean, I think he's more second row, and I don't even know if his defence is good enough for a second row. So, I don't know. I think we can do better. I mean, you look at Crichton running around on the weekend for the Bulldogs against the Raiders. So
With one hand.
it's just chalk and cheese, mate, with what we've got with Sully. I think Sully's played his best football, unfortunately.
But Mohammed does raise a good point. We are missing CT.
100%. Well,
Will be-
Nathan Lawson's been playing left centre as well. So if it came to that, he could slot in at the 3.
Well, Donny did point out on Sunday he hasn't played centre for a few weeks. He's been back on the wing, so he's more suited to the wing. But CT is not due back till round 14 at the earliest. That's when we actually go back to Suncorp again to play the Dolphins. So, which when Toby Cashman is also due back. But yeah, how badly are we missing CT, Billy?
It's annoying. It's so annoying. Fuck, man. So bad. Like, we haven't won since we lost him. I'm being honest. It's not like I feel
He
like
was
we
looking
could
like he was
win
going to
without-
lead the try scoring for the year.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we can win without him, but he's huge. He brings energy. He brings the runs.
He runs hard.
Yeah.
And back
he's
carries
just
the
got a-
football.
He's got that part of his game down pat, and that just gives the team a different energy. Like, Dragons forced an error the other day against the Warriors, and the only one doing hyping up was Guffo, and that was with only the players that were near him. When CT was on the field, the whole team was rushing in to celebrate an error. So it says a lot.
I was going to say to you boys too. Sorry to ad lib, Jess. A lot of the Mad Dragons on our site, on the internet, they're all raving and going, "Yeah, the forwards have got to go forward." Yeah, and that's true, right? But have a look at a back five, right, for the Dragons. comparing to a Melbourne Storm or a Cronulla Sharks, look at the way the back five run the ball back for those teams, and the meters and the way they run it back. You know, like you
That's
look
what I was saying earlier, Rob.
Mulatalo for the Sharks. You know what I mean? Compared to Sloan
Bulldog,
and
now you could say
Allen.
too. Carraz.
So I think your back five are pretty important, and we might be playing from our goal line, but I don't know. We just seem to not motor the same way other teams do in the back lines. So that's a concern of an area for us as well. And Gutho is so bloody well off his game at the moment as well.
Show me the money, Big T.
He is, mate. He's a character, that Tui Pilotti. A good character of the game. Everyone loves characters. That's why I like being a character.
All our players at his passion would be incredible, wouldn't he? He's got some passion going. He's got some tigger.
Now, what about Val Holmes? I'll go to you, Youngie, with this one. Val Holmes, Flano was quite upset with how he's performed on Saturday. Again, twice.
He's been good.
Second time this year, we've scored more tries than the opposition, yet we lost the game. That's very hard to take, isn't it?
Yeah, look, he's had one bad game. I think this season he's been really good for us, though.
He has.
We do score a lot of tries down that left side, and a lot of that's due to him, his last finishes. So, yeah, okay, look, he had one bad game, but I think he's been a really good pickup. He needs to kick those goals, though.
Yeah.
But
ultimately,
I agree with you with Holmes. He's been so good, but it's bullshit. I mean, yeah, sure, but we still lost the game by 1 point. You can blame Valentine. Where was the other kicker? Why didn't Flanagan have a go? You know what I mean? He's running the team.
Surely they practice that at training, and we've lost like 3 of them. What are they doing?
If we're really going to improve, we shouldn't be getting down to having to rely on Val to kick a goal. You know what I mean? They're not from in front, but to make sure we win the game, we should be better than that at the end of the day.
It should be one of your halves kicking those anyway. If the ball's going out to your centre,
he's got the biggest kick though. He does have the biggest kick in the team.
He's got a huge boot on him.
You reckon?
He's got a huge boot. In the semi-final a couple of years ago, more than 40 out, he kicked a 2-point field goal.
Yep, he's done it before. He'll do it again. He'll do it for us, I'm sure.
He has as big as boot as probably Mitchell.
We've lost 3 of them.
You see,
didn't we lose 3 last year as well? All 1-point games?
So what?
It's out of the finals.
What leg did Val Holmes break?
His left leg, I think. But I think he's a right.
He's right-footed. He's a right-footed kicker. So I was going to say it might be his leg giving him grief, but maybe not. Maybe he can't plant it properly. It's his planting leg. So
against South, we didn't even have a field goal attempt. That's how dumb we were.
Yep. And again, it's the same point. Jamie Humphries had all the time in the world to kick the field goal on that day, and then Luke Metcalf had all the time in the world.
It was not even pressured.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's in the coaching. Isn't it Dean Young, the defensive coach? So 10 minutes to go. If you're having a draw, it's got to be odds on the opposition might have a crack for a field goal. So you got to be aware. It's first grade rugby league.
But let's not get ourselves into that position in the first place, where we're having to play goal important all the time.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, we should have gone on with that.
Now, on Val Holmes as well, Big T, the Queensland Origin side gets picked on Monday morning. Val Holmes will be playing to get that Queensland jersey back. Do you think this is the game he really steps up? He'll be on that venue in 12 days after that. Sorry, 10 days after that, I should say, if he is selected. Do you think playing at Suncorp might lift his game? With Billy Slater watching him?
Yeah, you want to hope so, wouldn't you? But he's got some good centers in front of him. There's good young centers. You got that Shibasaki from the Broncos. I think he's a Queenslander. You got the Hammer. You've also got the guy up in North Queensland, Purdue.
Yep, playing in the halves.
Purdue's looking good. I think Margie's a Queenslander as well.
No, he's injured at the moment.
Oh, anyway, but he's a good player. They're all good players, and I think they're ahead of Val at the moment. He's going to have a standout game.
I reckon he'll get selected today.
Possibly he will on you're in the team. It's harder to get out of a team than it is to get into a team.
He was a leading point scorer last season as well.
And when he plays State of Origin, every player, Valheim, they always lift.
Yeah.
Always. If you're playing for your state, you always lift for your state. So he's got a few players in front of him, but if he has a good game, he might
Billy has
he
not
might
named.
get in.
They tried to bait
All right.
Billy on who he's picking. He's not said
Yeah.
anything, and I don't expect the coaches will say anything until they pick the sides.
Yeah,
They
this
try
is-
that every year to bait him, or who's in your team. They're not going to tell you. They'd have a good idea though.
No, if
But
I was
we'll
the
speak
coach,
about
I'd
that
be
in
making
debate.
up names. I'll be making up names.
All right, now we'll get into our next segment where we'll talk about some key matchups in the game. It is normally Coco's segment, but she was a late withdrawal tonight. So we'll make it well, you know what it is, Billy's battles.
Billy's battle was
Go.
nice.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the field. The Dragon's front row has knocked his block off.
Block is knocked off.
It's time to look at the one-on-one battles that will decide the game. Will it be the key position players? Will the fight be one out wide? Or will it be one up front? Strap yourself in for Coco's Clashes!
All right, Billy, take us through your key matchups for this game on Sunday afternoon.
Yep. So one of the key matchups I have is the Battle of the Centers. So Moses Sully and Val Holmes versus Katoni Staggs and Gehamet Shibasaki. That should be good. They're all powerful centers. I mean, even Sully, even though he's been a bit off form recently, he's still got power in him. So hopefully he can unleash it this week. And another couple of key battles I've got is the Battle of the Forwards. So this is just a general battle, no specific players. But if we want to win this weekend, we have to match it somewhat against this forward pack. Like they're relentless when they're at their best. And Payne Haas and Pat Carrigan, like if we play like we did the last couple of weeks, I don't know how close we come. Like we have to really get up for this matchup because they're not going to rest on us. Like they will put their foot down and absolutely beat the shit out of us because the way they've been going, they're going to want to put a show on for their fans and put a show on for their coach. So, you know, the forward pack is an extremely big battle for us this weekend. One other battle I'd like to go for would be Willison and Egan. I think that's the matchup, or Willison and Sewer.
Yeah,
And
two young
Ricky
back
Lee.
rows.
Yeah, so just the back rowers, they're strong. So we got to use Egan and Sewer well this weekend. Give them good ball, try and crash over. Egan can hit a hole pretty well, so if we can find a hole in the defence, I'd be giving it to him straight away because he just crashes through every single time. So yeah, those are my battles for this week.
100% in the centers there, Billy. 100% in the centers. Shibasaki, he's a good player. I think he come down from North Queensland. And Katoni Staggs. How do you stop Katoni Staggs? He runs that hard.
We haven't in the past.
No.
You'd be
Especially
upping in
last-
his face when the ball hits him.
He'll
You'd
be
have
up against
to. You'd
another
have
fighter.
to. Holmes has to be on him
I'm
100%
pretty sure
of the
he's on that
time,
side.
or he's going to boom that side of the field.
I agree with Billy. I reckon we're gone in the middle. If we don't compete at all against them in the middle, Payne Haas will smash us. Absolutely. And one big one for me is Adam Reynolds.
The kicking
We haven't
game.
been putting kick pressure on. Adam Reynolds is a master class of kicking the ball. So, I mean, he'll tear us apart. And he not only just does normal bombs, he does the spiral, the floaters, all this sort of shit. Kicks out wide, capable of 40-20s. So yeah, if they don't put pressure on Reynolds, we're going to be in trouble. So
I think he's the best back game manager in the game, Rob.
yeah, 100%. So and you saw there was a game in the wet
Katoa.
recently. Yeah, Katoa's brilliant too. What was that game that JC played recently? It was pouring rain up there the first half.
That was against the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Oh,
incredible. The kick he kicked out wide, and he kicked the ball out wide of the wing, and as the winger was running onto it, and he caught it. It was unbelievable. So
Yeah,
I think we've got to get Sewer to belt Reynolds every time he gets the ball.
Yeah,
James
doesn't
Stewart,
like
that's
getting
your
tackled.
job.
He doesn't like
Dylan
getting
Egan on the other
tackled.
side.
Yeah.
Sewer and Egan, they've got to be onto Reynolds and stop him every time. Like we do against Manly. We stop Cherry Evans. We stop Turbo.
Billy.
Maybe
Can
Billy
I
should
make-
be a defensive
Can I
coach.
make a joke on Ezra Mann, the asshole? Excuse the French. We got to make sure there's a stop sign, Daz, or a red light because he didn't
None of
do
it.
that, and we just stop him and stop him in his tracks because Daz is
Hey,
right.
like-
He played a good game the other day. He's a dangerous player.
Like this Jesse said before. What did he say before? I forgot now. Doesn't matter.
About what?
Can't remember.
You can't remember.
No. I'm old, mate. It's 9:30. I've got to go to sleep.
All right. Now we'll get into our next segment. On Thursday night, we'll have the second of the Women's State of Origin games, and the second one will be at Allianz Stadium. So to get us in the mood, we'll have a look back at Game 1, what happened, have a look at a little bit of what happened in Game 1. This was how the teams looked for Game 1, and there are some changes to the Queensland lineup for Game 2.
As there should be. Far out.
Yeah. Ian Johnson's got it right.
Church, Camden Rams. Amy Chapman,
We're going to get monetised again.
Jessica Surgis, Coogee Ramwick Wombat.
Boo!
Isabel Kelly, Berkeley Vale Panthers.
What's this?
Jamie Fressard, Berkeley Vale Panthers.
I think Jesse's done this for you.
Tiana
Jesse.
Penatani Gray, La Perouse Panthers.
He's a good player.
Jesse Southwell, Katara Bears.
Samima Taufa, Mounting. Keely Davis, Corrimal Cougars. Ellie Johnston, Clender Blues. Kezzy Apps, Bega Roosters.
Yasmin Clydesdale, Queanbeyan Blues.
Olivia Koenig, Berkeley Vale Panthers. Jocelyn Kelleher, The Entrance Tigers. Kennedy Charrington, Rockingham Coastal Sharks. Sarah Togatuki, Glenmore Park Brumbies.
Emma Barron, Helensburgh Tigers.
Tamika Upton, Blackwater Crushers.
Go, Tamika.
Julia Robinson, West Brisbane.
Robbo. Come on, Robbo.
Shanae Sazolka, Oakey Bears.
Oh, she's a good player, Sazolka. I like
Rory
Sazolka.
Owen, Ipswich Falcons.
Rory, she must be related to me. She's an
Jasmine
Owen.
Peters, North Devils Mackay.
Jazzy. Come on, Jazzy. You can do it.
Lamble Jets.
Oh, what a great 5'8" she is.
Brigginshaw, North Ipswich Tigers.
One of the best players in the
Keely
game.
Joseph, Waterford Demons.
Great player.
Lauren
Hard
Brown,
runner.
Belly Bears.
You got to love Lauren, don't you?
Jessica Elliston, Narang Roosters.
Ooh, big Jess. Come on, girl.
Before Redlands Rugby League.
The football.
Romy Tigers, Tully Tigers.
Romy. I like Romy too.
Destiny Brill, West Brisbane Panthers.
Destiny Real. She's out this round. She's in the extended bench.
Sophie Hollyman, Burley Bears.
Mackenzie Wheel, West Midland
Ollie.
Panthers.
Tavana
What?
Papali, Narang Roosters.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. So,
Ali Brigginshaw, she's related to Larry Brigginshaw, isn't she?
that's her father, I think.
Yeah.
He was a halfback for East Brisbane
That's
Yeah.
him. Yep.
in the very early 80s. The one that 83. I remember him. Really good halfback.
Thanks, Steve.
Him, wouldn't you, Big T?
That sounds good, Ian Johnson.
Oh, Ian, what are you doing, son? Come on. So, Jess, do you want to go for a New South Wales side, mate?
Yes, we will. So it's the same team
Come
that
on.
had
Okay, you do it.
It's the same team that won game one in Brisbane, 32 points to 12. So the coach John Strange has not changed the lineup, as no surprises there. So Abby Church at the back, a great debut from her. Jamie Chapman and Jamie Frizzard on the wings. Jess Surgis and Isabel Kelly in the centres. Isabel Kelly is the captain. Tiana Penatani Gray is the 5'8". Jessie Southwell, she had an amazing game in game one. Short price favourite to be the woman of the match in game two. The front row, Samai Mataufa, Ellie Johnston, what a debut she had, was amazing, as well as was Jamie Frizzard getting a double. Keely Davis, ex-Dragon, is the hooker. Former Dragon captain Kezzy Apps is the back row, along with Yasmin Clydesdale. Olivia Koenig locks the scrum, the reigning Daniel Young winner.
I like Olivia.
On the bench, Jocelyn Kelleher and Kennedy Cherrington, Sarah Togatuki and Emma Veron, formerly Emma Tonagato. And on the reserves, it's Shaylee Bent, Olivia Higgins, and Bridie Parker. And the coach is John Strange. First time they will be playing at Allianz Stadium in Women's State of Origin. But Queensland, Big T, they've made one change. People asking why they didn't make more changes, considering the Blues won by plenty at Suncorp.
It was just too wet when they played up there, didn't they? It was pouring down with rain. Anybody could have won that game. New South Wales got away with it. Well, Tamika Upton at the back. What a player, Tamika. Julie Robinson and Jasmine Peters on the wing. Sinead Zolka and Rory Owen in the centres. Taryn Aiken and Ali Briggenshaw in the halves. Mackenzie Wheel, she comes off the bench into the side. Lauren Brown, Jessica Elston. She's a new player, isn't she, Jess?
No, Mackenzie Wheel's the new player into the.
Mackenzie Wheel, she's coming to the side. Okay.
She came off the
Sienna
bench.
Lofipo, Romy Teitzel, and Keely Joseph.
Yep, she played front row in game one. She's moving back to lock.
Jada Ferguson, Sophie Hollyman, Chelsea Lenarduzzi, Savannah Papali, Georgia Hanaway's the 18th player, Destiny Brill, who moves from the starting side onto the centre bench, and Haley Maddock. Coached by, don't mess with this girl, she's Chuck Norris' sister, Tahani Norris. It is Tahani Norris. Not Tana, Tahani. Anyway, that's just spell check for you. And proofreading. You've got to proofread these things. I thought they were unlucky in game one. I thought they could. Like both teams haven't played since the grand final last year, have they?
Yep, and the NRLW season only half went to Vegas.
So both teams are going to come off, and New South Wales just had the edge. They got us. Second game is going to be different. The girls are going to be together for a lot longer. I think New South Wales won the first game last year, didn't they?
Yes, but the next two were in New
South
Wales.
There you go. Doesn't matter. So, I think that side can do Queensland, can do New South Wales. I'm going Queensland. It's going to be close by about 4 to 8 points.
I think if Jessie Southwell has the game she did, and New South Wales players play with that same intensity, they will get the job done. But Queensland, as Queenslanders do, Big T, when they're down, they do step up, don't they? Like when their backs to the wall, they've done it time and time again. I'm not just in the women's game, but in the men's game as well. When they're down, they love it when their backs are against the wall. Big T.
Yeah, that's right. I like the game. It's a good concept. Now we go 3 games. That's going to be huge for the girls. When does the NRLW start, Jess?
July the 3rd. So 7 weeks away.
7 weeks. So there's that much difference between in the State of Origin and the start of the season.
Any players, Billy, Rob, or Youngie, and what do you follow the NRLW, and what players are you expecting to have big games in this one?
Chapman, go Chapman. She's the GOAT.
Yep. So, yep.
She'll break the game open easily.
You think she'll get a try in this one?
2.
2 tries for Chapo. All right.
Yeah.
Any things from you, Rob or Youngie, on this game? What do you think New South Wales will wrap it up in Sydney? Do you expect
Ali Briggenshaw 2 tries?
But who wins? Who wins? Does New South Wales wrap up the series?
I reckon Queensland might bounce back.
Oh,
Big T will love that.
Rob, what do you think's going to happen? Can it's going to be a big. Hopefully, there's a big crowd out there at Allianz Stadium. And New South Wales have the rare chance to win 2-0.
I want New South Wales to win, obviously. But strange things happen. I think Queensland will be much better this time around. But I still think New South Wales will be too strong. So I like to see the old flame score a try of Lomax, Jess Surges. I like her. To see if she gets over the try line. But I just think maybe New South Wales will be too strong, especially what I saw in the first game. So if they carry that momentum in, I think they'll be too strong. A bit like what happened to the men's in the first game coming up as well too. New South Wales will be too strong.
Yep. I'm going to go with the Blues. I'm going to be at this game. I'm looking forward to it. First one to be played at Allianz. First time the New South Wales can win the 3-game series. Actually, they haven't actually won the series since they made it a series. So if New South Wales can get this win, it'd be huge to wrap it up. We don't really want that third game in Newcastle in a few weeks' time. We love a dead rubber. So we would love to see.
We don't love a dead rubber. We love a 1-1 going to the third game. And I think Casey Ray should do a Nancy Kerrigan on Frazzard, because what's she got to do to get a start? Top try scorer in the NRLW. She's got space. So go and do Nancy Kerrigan on
You mean
Frazzard.
Tegan Berry?
Oh, Tegan Berry, sorry, yeah. Go and hit her with an iron or something. Go and stop her from playing.
Where is Tegan Berry? What's going on
She's not
there?
in this side. That's what we
I
were.
know.
Where's Tegan? We want Tegan. We want Tegan.
The Flash.
Should be
Nancy
inside.
Kerrigan. Remember Nancy Kerrigan, don't you?
You know how sometimes your head goes in the wrong places. I remember years ago, Matty Head, I know he was out of the team or whatever, and I'm sitting there in the crowd, and the Dragons supporters are going, "We want Head, give us Head, we want Head, give us Head." And I think, make you laugh, man.
Is that the women's origin you're talking about, Ian, or are you talking about the Dragons game against the Broncos?
Yes.
I think New South Wales will get the job done. I'm looking forward to seeing this game. It's going to be good if we don't want Brisbane to hold the record for the highest crowd in women's origin. We want it to be held in Sydney. That'd be nice. The 26,000 at Suncorp, I think we're going to top that on Thursday night at Allianz. 30+ thousand I'm expecting there. So if you're not doing anything, tickets are just $10. So if you want to go ahead, and it should be a cracking game. But I'm going to go the Blues by 12. I'm going to go Jessie Southwell to be the player of the match, the woman of the match. I'm going to go Big Ellie Johnston to get another try as well. She was huge in game 1, and I think she'll get another try in game 2. Queensland, they'll be better, but I do think New South Wales get the chocolates at home in this one. Now we'll get on to lower grades. You're watching the Mad Dragons podcast, sponsored by Complete Warehouse Solutions. So lower grades news. So congratulations to some of our junior reps who have been named in the New South Wales city and country sides coming up in the next few weeks. So from the Tartar Girl Cup side, we have Bronte Wilson, Indy Bostock, Talia O'Brien, and Tori Shipton, who have made the New South Wales under-19s country team. So well done to them. And Liesl Hopawati and Sulolo Richter have made the New South Wales City under-19s. In the New South Wales under-17s country girls team from the Lisa Faiolo Cup. We've had Charlotte Nicholson, Ella Churchill, Ella Greets, Hallie Barrett, daughter of Trent, and also Layla Poto. They've made the under-17s country side. The New South Wales under-16 boys from the Harold Matthews Steelers team, we have Arpi Amoni and Asher Chapman. And then the New South Wales under-18s country side, we have Jack Talbot. And the New South Wales under-18 city side, we have Leroy Weatherall. Good to see these players make these rep sides at a young age, Billy.
Yeah, 100%. It's good for our future too. If we get to keep some of these men and women for the future, could lead to some success. So, good luck to them all for their respective clubs. New South, is it country versus city? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yep. Good luck to them for that, and all the best for the year, I guess.
Yep. And now we've had we see some photos last night that's come through. Now the NRLW, all 12 clubs have returned to their NRLW respective preseasons from last night, and here are some photos from the Dragons' first session. Let's have a look at those. So we do have yes. So here we have Zali Hopkins and Margot Vella. Margot Vella, I know Big T's favourite player, missed a big chunk of last year due to a serious ankle injury, but Big T's happy to see her back this year.
She's back, baby.
Zali Hopkins, our super sub. There's our star player we were talking about before, Tegan Berry. She's just signed another contract to be here until the end of 2026. With their Zali Hopkins and also Bobby Law there. We do have here as well Margot there again. And Jamie Millard, one of our new recruits, actually played soccer previously. So she has played a bit of league before, but so she does make the step up to the squad. Margot Vella there again. There she is, Big T. The Maggot.
Maggot, that's right, yeah.
And there's our new recruit, just signed in the last couple of days, Nita Maynard, premiership winner, former Kiwi Fern International. Welcome to the club. There's our captain, Racine McGregor, with Sinead Elendall there. And there's our new coach, Nathan Cross, laying down the law at his first training session. Racine McGregor and Tegan Berry there. And Young gun Ella Costa, who was a star in the Indigenous All-Stars team at the start of the year. And and our top 24 is complete. We did touch on Anita Maynard signing on Sunday's show, but now that the top 24 squad is complete, I'll run through how the Dragon squad will fare this year, and I'll just read you through the names, but we'll get into more detail about that in a much later show later in the year. So the Dragons 2025 NRLW squad is as follows: Charlotte Basham, Tegan Berry, Indy Bostock, Keely Brown, Sophie Clancy, Alice Gregory, Grace Hamilton, Zali Hopkins, Olivia Ingram, Ella Costa, Bobby Law, Sinead Lendl, Jamie Lee McGregor, Racine McGregor, Jamie Millard, Madison Mulhall, Casey Ray, Sarah Sautia, new recruit Hannah Southwell, also a new recruit Pia Tapsell, Trinity Tawanei, Margot Vella, Bronte Wilson, and another new recruit in Nita Maynard, and the coach is Nathan Cross. So it's our top 24 is instead Big T. How do you think the girls will go this year?
I think they'll go quite well myself. They're a
We
good
want a
bunch of
premiership.
girls. They've been off their game for the last couple of years. I don't know whether it was what was happening in the club, and so hopefully Crossy can bring them. And we had Sam Sadat on the other day, didn't we, Jess?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a part of the girls' coaching side, so he's saying they're looking good, and we'll be back into the game. Hopefully, we can get into the semis this year.
He's a top coach too. Cross. He's very good.
Queensland coach. He's got to be.
Very good coach, so.
It's got to be.
Well, it was Racine McGregor and Johnson. I'm not sure if Nathan Cross will have the same values, but it would be hard to go past Racine McGregor, although Hannah Southwell does have experience as well. She was captain at the Knights, so she could very well be the captain as well. Has had a lot of success. She's a three-time premiership winner, as well as McGregor. Now we do have... Okay. We'll get into our news and views. So you're on the May Dragons podcast, sponsored by Complete Warehouse Solutions. So lower grade. So Josie Flake do have the bye this weekend, but the New South Wales Cup side, they'll be playing. It's actually clashing with the NRL game on Sunday. They'll be playing at 3 p.m. against the North Sydney Bears at North Sydney Oval on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Cody Randall at
Donny Girl's head in. You didn't have to pull out two games at once.
Ben Rumble and Sione Finau on the wings. So interesting to see Sione Finau Donny reported he did come off with a leg injury in that win over the Jets on Sunday morning. So Willie Teller has named him surprisingly. He might not be as bad as first thought. Nick Sugranis in the centres with Hayden Buchanan. The halves are Jonah Glover and Lachlan Ilias. The front rowers are Fino Latu. He hasn't got a front row partner. No one been named there. Hooker Connor Mullison. Second row is Jacob Halangahu. He has no second row partner either. Michael Moller will lock the scrum. On the bench, Haeli Finia, no number 15 either. Viliami Fafita and Jet Liu round out the bench. And the coach is Willie Teller. So quite a few players.
There's 2 spots there. There's 2 spots there. That's 2 spots for me and Rob. Front row and second row. We'll get out there and have a run. That's all right.
And Youngie
I'll do it for a pie and a can of Coke.
I'd have a run. It's been years. Probably been 20 years.
No,
probably more than that. 25 years, I'd say.
I'm guessing maybe they're trying to wait to see who will travel to Brisbane with the NRL team, and then they'll probably slot those players in once they know who's not travelling to Brisbane. Now, news and rumours. You're on the Mad Dragons podcast, sponsored by Complete Warehouse Solutions. So a statement released by the Dragons today. There was an article released. So on Saturday during the game against the Warriors, local coaches and junior rugby league volunteers were invited to Wynn Stadium on Saturday as part of the Women League round. So 40 women from different areas across the club's catchment area attended an event at the Steelers Club before the Dragons and Warriors clash. Our female football manager and inaugural NRLW captain Sam Bremner was a special guest on Dragons TV before the game. Now, Rob, how special was it to see the women involved in our St George and Illawarra areas honoured as part of this special round, and good to see them get the attention they deserve being allowed on the Wynn Stadium field prior to kick-off on Saturday.
Absolutely. Women do so much for us in our game. Behind the scenes, involved in a game in lots of ways as well too. But just great for them to be involved, and we recognise them, which is really important. I think a great idea, and I assume obviously we'll keep on continuing with the NRL and with what the Dragons obviously have done as well. So thoroughly deserved, mate.
Yep. And before that game too, Big T, we saw Sam Bremner interviewed on Dragons TV before the game. She is very happy to be back at the club. It's good to see her, someone like her, back at the club. It was very hard to see her in Roosters colours last year.
Yeah, it was, but that's what happens. You've got players, they swap clubs every year. Recently, in the past few years, the girls were only getting a 1-year contract. So they could end up anywhere. That's right, yeah. They could have anywhere. And Sammy went to the Roosters, and she came back to us. She came back home, so hopefully she'll be a big pickup for the girls, and she can mentor some of the players too. So it'll be good. Some of the younger players.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, very good to see a player of her caliber back, and she's got a lot of football smarts, and great to see her involved in the club. And without her, there wouldn't be a Dragons NRLW team. She was the real catalyst for it. Now, news and views. So interesting interesting report I did here on SEN. I know, Rob, you do listen to SEN quite a little bit, but I don't know if you missed this today. I don't know if you caught this or not. So Greg Alexander and Andrew Voss actually were discussing, it's been a discussion point, not just this year, but over many years. Why is the trainer on the field for long periods of time during games? Now, Greg Alexander did explain how it all works. So the trainer, when they are allowed on and off the field, I did speak to Big T about the outline of this pre-show. So they come under 4 headings. So unlimited access, limited access during possession rules, and interchange assistance. And now, in summary, blue shirt trainers may only enter the field after teams gains possession of the football and must leave the field at completion of the 4th tackle. This rule has been modified to limit the blue shirt trainers' access to the field when their team is in possession to a maximum of 3 occasions per half. Blue shirt chainers will be required to hand a designated card to an NRL interchange official on each occasion prior to entering the field of play. They are being monitored by the interchange official. Now, however, unlimited access says blue shirt trainers can enter the field at any time to attend an injured or ill player, administer water, and assist with player interchanges. So, hypothetically, if Billy was on the field and he felt a bit sick, you could go attend. The trainer could go attend to him at any time. If any of you have any thoughts on when the trainer can come on off the field, what do you think of that summary? And do you think the trainer is on the field a little bit too long in games?
Depends on who you've got as trainer. Like, if you've got an ex-player out there like Alfie, he's calling the plays, isn't he? He's out there calling the plays 100% of the time. So
he's
I know you've got to. I know he's retired now, but it would have been a prime example of who runs a game for the Broncos. You've got ex-players running around all over the place. He's out there giving advice. He's out there doing this. He's out there doing that, calling behind the line. So
There's always such things that happen as well too. Didn't the ball get
our
back
trainers
as well too? North Queensland and Penrith.
I actually don't know who our trainers is.
We got any
yeah,
players.
Shane Alford wet the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Penrith, yeah. And the Cowboys complained when they were caught doing it 2 plays later or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, what anyone got anything to add about trainers being on the field?
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it.
No, when I was a
Big
junior
deal.
trainer for my boys' team, we were allowed on while they had the ball and not allowed on when they didn't have the ball. You had to go and see the linesman when you went on. And yeah, you couldn't be on there after the 5th player, so you had to get off.
Yeah, because you do notice some trainers just out there for long periods of time, whether they are giving them what the coach's instructions are or who knows.
Exactly right. Exactly right. He's out there talking to the captain.
Yeah, but the
for
other
sure.
team can do it as well. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one, isn't it? Really. I mean, as long as they're not directly getting involved with the play, where they're running into plays or whatever. There was a Falcon that was there a couple of weeks ago. The trainer running.
I saw that, yeah.
That's the back of the head.
About.
And they had to take the kick again.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Weird occurrence.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just probably storming a teacup. I don't think it'll be a massive crackdown or anything like that.
All right. Now I'll throw this one to you, Youngie. So the Bulldogs want Finau Latu before June 30. They will speak to the Dragons by the end of the week which player they want in return. Would you be willing to give the Bulldogs Finau Latu, seeming he does have a contract with us, or would you not do it if we don't get a player in return, since he is in a top 30 spot for us?
100% you want someone in return, but what are they going to offer us? You know,
You give us Damon Salmon.
I don't think they'll offer us the first grade.
No, thanks.
Did you see what he said to Ricky the other day?
You did.
Weak gutted dog.
I don't think they'll offer us a first grader.
You'll
They won't offer us a first
They're not going to
grader.
give us. It'll be a reserve grader or an under 20s player. So I'm not really sure. You'd want a like for like. You probably want a lock or a prop.
An up and comer, would you say? Or
We need a middle.
Yes,
We
he's a
need to
player.
find a really good middle. So if they can offer us a good middle, which one?
Who have they got there in the halves, Jess? Does anybody know?
Burton and Sexton.
No, they're coming through for Burton and Sexton.
Blake
it
Taylor,
Wood?
they've got Drew
We'll
Hutchison.
take that
Or
young
Mitchell
bloke. What's
Wood.
the young bloke's name? He's going
Mitchell Woods.
Mitchell. Well, we'll take Mitchell Woods.
Mitchell Woods, yeah.
Check him out. Have a look.
Well, that'll be a fair swap because Latu is a rep player as well.
Oh, he's a gun, mate.
So
Absolute gun.
They say he's
played
a star.
Belgrade this
He's
year, if
the
they
hottest
call him.
young forward that hasn't debuted yet. So
100%. I was gutted to lose him, but look, he wanted to be a Bulldog anyway.
but as Rob
I
said a few weeks
wouldn't
ago,
hold him back. I'd let him go.
Must be a T-Note then.
as Rob said a few weeks ago, if the Dragons really wanted to keep him, we should have done it last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, they left it too late. 100%.
Stuff,
They leave it to the last minute.
I hate when Flano comes out. And he
It's a
makes
bit like a
He makes up an
it's a bit like a Jerry Maguire deal, wasn't it? With Cush. Remember Jerry Maguire? He lost his number one.
Actually, Donny did say it beforehand.
Number
We
one
should-
player?
If we wanted him, we should have signed him last year before he could speak with any other club.
Yeah. He was more worried about getting other players in like Clemmer this year. They're not thinking about
Ilias.
and Ilias. They're not thinking about the player like that. He's going to be dynamite.
He's cracking it at playing managers, but on this one, I blame Flano for not getting it done. 100%. We're all calling for it.
It's his fault.
He's 100% left it way too late, and
He
he
got his
was always
son
going to
in.
be a gun.
Yeah.
Butchered that one, Flano.
Does your head in.
Yep. Now, go to you for this one, Billy. The Vegas team set to be unveiled tomorrow. It looks like it will be us, the Bulldogs, the Knights, and the Cowboys. What do you make of this news?
For me, it's
If
not
it is
good because I'm
gonna
not
be
21 yet. I'm not 21 yet, so can't do
Take
anything
ID.
good there. But if we verse the Bulldogs, it should be good. I might make my way anyway. I'll go with my mate and
Your
Fake
brother,
yeah.
you
ID.
gonna take your brother with you?
hey,
You gonna take Max with you?
oh, he wouldn't want to come.
Fake ID.
Yeah.
Have your visa sorted well beforehand.
Might be
Yeah,
all right though.
it's-
Might be a predominantly Dragons fan base. Hardly any of the Bulldogs will be able
Yeah,
to
Steve
travel.
Alley won't be allowed in. Willie Young.
No,
used this
they're not.
the other
They're
week.
not getting visas to go over there. Not going to happen.
No, but
Um,
in general, it's good because I guess every team's going to get their shot. It's our turn, and if we do end up getting announced tomorrow, I'm going to be trying to book something.
I'm going to start a
even though
GoFundMe, Bill.
You're going to stand out in front of the casinos.
Send Big T
Matt
to
Dragons in
Vegas.
Send
Big
me
T to Vegas.
We need to start a GoFundMe. We need a
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
GoFundMe.
one
Send
for
us all
me.
to Vegas. We'll do
For
it.
me. For me.
do the vodcast live from Fremont Street.
We'll do the podcast from over there if they fund it.
Yeah, stuff NRL 360. They can get stuffed. Bud Rothfield's opinions are like fossils. They're
Well,
old.
let's put it on Allegiant Stadium. How good would that be?
Be lovely.
Awesome.
100%.
I'd love it. I'd go.
All right. So Origin teams get picked. New South Wales get picked Sunday night. Queensland Monday morning. First game will be at Suncorp. Big T, you're Billy Slater. Tell me who is in your 17 for game one and include an 18th man.
Oh my God! You should have asked me this earlier so I could fucking research it.
That's question without notice.
Thank you very much. Let's Palmer at the back for sure. Walsh should be out injured still. Palmer at the back. I'll have Cobbo on one wing. Xavier Coates on the other. I have Shibasaki and Purdue in the centres.
No, Hammer.
Wow. No Val
Hammer come
Holmes.
off the bench. I'm the gun off the top of my head. I can't remember every fucking player in the game.
You're going to have with Val Holmes and
You
the
call
Hammer.
yourself a Queenslander.
Oh, I could put it Val Holmes and the Hammer in there.
Jesus.
I don't know. Add them all in my 20. Carrigan, Haas, Harry Grant. Harry Grant. Not Haas.
Can't have Payne. He's a Blues
Tino.
player.
Yes, Tino. The back rowers. I don't know if I have David Fafita. Sewell's not playing
He's
good enough.
playing reserve grade this weekend, Big T.
It's because he won't play on the left.
That's
the only
right,
reason
yeah.
why. I won't play on the
He wanted
wide
to
right.
play for Moore's spot, so they sent him back to the reserves.
Yeah. So
Who do you
he
like,
wouldn't
big
play on
team?
one side.
Tom
Pardon?
Gilbert, both and all.
You got Tom Gilbert. You've got in the halves. You got Munster. You got North Queensland player. What's his name? Dearden.
Cherry Evans.
You've got thousands of them. Cherry Evans will play. Cherry Evans will be my half. He always.
I
picks
reckon
up
Tom
points.
Gilbert's got to be selected. He's a hard man. Suited
He's
for
a
it.
hard player. There's so many players there, Jess. Oh, so many players. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
Bit of research.
It's just so hard. You've got so many players. Well, who are last year's back rows?
Sewer.
They had
And-
Kate Wool and
Capewell.
Nanai.
He's playing in the centres for the Warriors now, isn't he?
He's back
Luke
in the back row
Capewell?
this week, I think.
Well, there you go. He's back in his position. There's hundreds
Nanai
of players,
and
Jess.
Jeremiah and I.
And to give me the question without notice, thank you very much.
Question I've got: when Papua New Guinea comes in, and the old North Sydney Bears come into Perth, where does that leave the Origin arena? Because you're going to have like 20 teams, and you know a lot of these players aren't going to be able to play rep footy. So is it still going to be relevant anymore?
Has to be.
I don't think so. I'll find time for it. It's the pinnacle of the game. I know you want international to be there, but everyone wants to play Origin.
As soon as we go to 20 teams, the competition goes down to 20 rounds.
What? Play everyone once.
No. 2 divisions.
2 conferences, each playing each other.
2 conferences.
Yeah, 10 teams.
And what we'll have there, instead of state of origin, it'll be conference versus conference.
Yeah.
Pick your best players out of those 2 conferences, for sure. As soon as
But
we
will
get
that
to
be
20 teams,
fixed, or will you go into a lottery and will it change up every year?
it'll be 1, 3,
They might
5,
want to
7,
build
9.
rivalry in the conferences, you know?
Oh, you could do that. You could have that, but I reckon it'll change every year.
I'm not sure.
All right. Now, I'm going to throw this one to you, Billy.
Okay.
Who would be in your Blues team?
Sorry, Jess. Which one of you bastards was that? Hey? Is it Hasman? Is it you, Jess? Could even be Donnie. Which one of you?
I think it's I think I know who it is. It's my lad. Mad Lad's back.
Who'd be in your Blues side, Billy? Your Laurie Daly.
I'm Laurie Daly. All right, sweet. Fullback, Clint Gutherson. Winger.
What the?
Other centre, Nathan Lawson. Corey Allen. Kyle Flanagan.
He's a Queenslander.
Captain.
If we like Scoot now.
Thanks, Bill. It's a great side.
You have lost the plot.
Kyle Flanagan,
You've done a
captain.
scoop.
Kyle Flanagan is the best nepotistic back. Me.
Does anyone else want to take it?
Do you want me to name a genuine side?
Who's going to be fullback? Who's fullback for New South Wales? Pappenhausen?
Pappenhausen.
My pick
no
would be
doubt.
Pappenhausen. He's the
I don't.
Pappenhausen?
Pappenhausen.
I don't think so.
Because isn't Edwards
Pappenhausen-
injured?
It's either going to be Edwards or Tedesco, I reckon.
Isn't Edwards injured?
Edwards been poor.
Edwards isn't injured. He's played a couple
He'll
of
be
solid
back in
games.
time, but he's only going to play one game, I think, isn't he?
I think if they went to
Pappenhausen
Desco, they'd be
deserves
going backwards. He's had his time in that arena.
Is Tommy in the side?
So you could also play Turbo there.
That's what I just said. Is Tommy in the side?
Tommy's not fit. He's not 100%.
What about Potato? Oh, sorry. What about Jake?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Need more mobile.
He only played 85 minutes in the 3 games last year.
That's right. He did the 2, yeah. He didn't play many. He was captain as well.
Yeah. I think Isaiah Yeo will be the new captain. There's talk that he could share the captaincy with Nathan Cleary. All right. Well, if no one wants to have a go, I'll give this side a stab then.
Who's on your wings, Jess? Who's on your wings?
Well, if you name it, we can
Lomax.
we think as well too.
I don't
Lomax?
think Lomax. He's back this week.
I don't
but
think
one
he
game
is
under
either.
his belt. No,
Mate,
he's
you-
got Lomax weakness.
Oh, Brian Toto.
Why not?
Toto?
Brian Toto's.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
Brian Toto and Jacob Carraz.
Ugh,
Ooh.
I doesn't play a lot of football either.
Who would partner
that's
Brian?
you can't say that on here.
I think Mitchell.
Carraz.
I think we'll go with Mitchell.
What's
Yeah,
wrong, Mitchell?
That's right.
I reckon. Yeah, true. Or Bradman hasn't been.
He hasn't been in form.
He's
No.
not been in a good side. The
I
side
don't
is
think it'll
having-
matter. I don't think it would matter. I'd play Bradman best.
My farbs,
Yeah.
I reckon they're going to go with Moses and Cleary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I think too.
that's fair. It's the
My
front
favourite-
What about
row.
Luai? What about Luai?
Mm-mm.
Moses has
No.
been. Moses was awesome last year. You cannot
Yeah.
drop him.
Yeah.
Um,
I reckon
Played out of
Stefano
his
might
skin
make it.
in that game.
It was the
Stefano
same
might
back.
make New South Wales.
Back to
My
the
son
centre.
Rowan,
Did you guys think Crichton would make it in the centres?
Stephen,
Yeah.
he's the best center right now, 100%.
Yeah, so
You can't
him
leave
and
him out.
Latrell. Him and Latrell.
Not
Yeah.
Angus. You're leaving the troll out.
No, I've got Latrell as my center.
Okay.
Front rows, Payne Haas, he'll be the first one picked.
New
Other
South
front rower,
Wales.
Yep.
Stefano.
I'm going to go Barnett. Barnett.
Uto Wikamanu.
Yeah,
Uto. You reckon, Bill?
he's been good. I like him. I reckon
Hooker
he'll be-
will be, I think Reece Robson will get it again. I think he'll just beat Appy.
Billy
Wade
Walters.
Egan this year. Wade Egan's
He's
been great
Queenslander.
this year.
Second rowers, I think Angus Crichton will keep his spot. Liam Martin, he's a hard nut. He's made for Origin.
He is. He's got to be there. He's got to be there.
And Isaiah Yeo will lock the scrum. My bench, I think Connor Watson, he did a great job as a utility last year. He can play anywhere. He'll be there. There's talk Spencer Leniu will be there. He wouldn't be in my team. I'd go someone like a Terrell May. He's been very good for the Tigers. He makes 200 metres a game. He's very good.
Tackles a lot.
Hudson Young, I don't know how they're going to use him though, but he's been incredible for the Raiders. I think he'll be in the team somewhere. And
Great
my
player
last-
to bring on.
and who's my last player? I'm going to go. I think I'm
Liam
going to go
Martin.
with.
Well, Stevie
Hey,
Mitchell
said
just
Liam
throwing
Martin.
Teague Wilson
Oh.
in the chat. He's playing well. Teague Wilson.
Who's Wilson?
Isn't he at Cronulla?
Oh, Teague.
No, Wilson. He's been injured.
Wilton, is he? Okay.
He's been injured.
There you go.
I'll tell you what. If Britton Okora wasn't New Zealander, I'd be picking him.
Yeah, what's the go with your man Tino? Is he overseas?
He's been
Hasn't
good.
played?
He's
been
been playing well.
Playing well. He'll get
He
selected.
wants to go play for
He'll be
Samoa.
his tied. He'll be captain.
That's what I mean. So is he playing for Queensland or
He's
Samoa?
He'll
Should
play.
be first player
He
picked.
will.
He'll play.
He'll be one of the first pick, won't he, Big T?
Doesn't matter if you want to play for Samoa anyway. You can get picked in the Queensland side.
So you can. So and what about who's the guy from Canberra? Is very good. Tarpany. Is he?
He's a
another
Kiwi.
one? So
Kiwi.
Kiwi. So,
Yeah.
wow, there's some players that could get selected.
What about talking about Saifidi too? Jacob Saifidi being the New South Wales side.
I don't think so.
So it was
He's
talk.
played before.
It was talk.
Yeah, he has.
I'll tell you who I thought was an outsider or a smoky was Toby Couchman, but obviously he's injured. But I thought he was maybe a slight chance of making it.
I think
He
Steve's
will
off his
play.
face.
He will play eventually.
Blake
Rob.
Wilson? No.
Blake Wilson. He's off his
He's
face.
a Queenslander too.
Steve, he's your. Can I have another beer, mate?
I think actually I'm going to go with Smokey. I think maybe actually I think he will go with Spencer Leniu. He hasn't been in great form, but he did the job there last year. We'll go with our tips for the weekend now. So just go 2 per game. We'll start with you, Big T. When the Knights take on the Eels to kick off round 11, the Knights Fletcher Hunt will make his debut. He comes in for the injured Greg Marju, while Thomas Kent comes in for Leo Thompson. For the Eels, that man Zach Lomax returns from that broken foot he picked up against the Dragons, and Tony Mata'ele been named on the bench for his NRL debut, with Bailey Simonson and Charlie Geimer out of the side. Knights or the Eels, Big T? Tough one to pick, this one.
I should have broke his leg. I thought the Eels were going to play well last week, the week before, but the Eels just Newcastle are starting to come back. So I think I'm going to go to Knights in this one.
Did collapse actually last week against the Titans.
Yeah, but they'll come back this week. I'm sure of it. Adam O'Brien has to get that team firing, or he's gone.
Rob, Knights or the Eels?
I'm going to get Para. Because I heard a joke during the week, and it was a pretty sad joke about Adam O'Brien, how he prepares his team for the game. He gets them to stand behind the goalpost at training.
That's how you prepare a good team.
All right. Friday night, the competition leading Dogs will be taking on the Roosters. That's the main game on Friday night, the 8 o'clock game. Billy. So Luke Smith comes in for his NRL debut. Jamin Salmon drops out of the side with injury. Youngie for the Roosters, Lindsay Collins returns on the bench, which sees Celesi Feketi drop to the extended bench. Now, I throw to you, Billy. Who's your tip in this one? Do the Bulldogs keep the roll going?
Yeah, Dogs by 10. I reckon it'll be tight. Roosters have been in some decent form recently. And
Starting to come good.
Yeah, I think this should be a good matchup. Hopefully it is. It's Friday, 8 p.m. And I think it'll be a big turnout if it's the Dogs' home
That's
game.
at a core.
Yep, it'll be a big turnout. So should be a good game. And I'm going to go Dogs by 10.
Roosters have picked up some form recently, Youngie. Will it be enough to stop the competition-leading Dogs, though?
Roosters by 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm actually not just because I'm saying that. I think the Roosters will win.
All right. The early kickoff on Saturday, 3 p.m. Rob, it's the Dolphins and the Warriors. Now, the Dolphins are unchanged from their win over Parramatta. For the Warriors, Billy, James Fisher-Harris, he's back. Samuel
Yes,
Healy
sir.
also named on the bench, but out is Jackson Ford with concussion. I will start with you, Rob. Who do you like in this one? It's in Brisbane. Dolphins got the win at Parramatta, a rare win in Sydney for them. Warriors, lucky to get away with the win against us. Who do you think?
Well, I just purely going on. I'm doing this for Hasman because Jackson Ford's out and he's the best player in the competition in the NRL. I've got to go Dolphins.
Wasn't he knocked senseless last week?
Go to Finns.
He played the ball sideways. It should have been that penalty there, that one.
I think Dolphins
Should have
are
been that penalty.
to be honest. I think they're on the improve, and I think I don't know. The Warriors didn't really impress me, to be honest with you.
And how did Clockstad not go off? It took him.
Don't know.
Did it take like how long?
No, that was cramp. That was cramp.
There were a lot of questionable decisions in that game, though.
No, Nickel Clockstad was cramp, mate. He couldn't bend his leg to play the ball.
Fair enough.
right.
He looked dazed. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, no, like he did look dazed, but that was cramp. He couldn't bend his legs to play the ball.
Fair enough.
All right.
He's back, but only on Sundays.
Yeah, he works on Tuesdays at Perth time. He'd still be at work. Well, not now, but when the show starts, he would have been at work.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll be on Tuesday soon.
Now 5:30 Saturday. The game is in Townsville. The Cowboys are unchanged from their Golden Point draw with the Panthers. Big T. For the Manly, Caleb Navali comes onto the bench. And Matt Lodge has been named on the extended bench, as has the highly touted rugby convert Joey Walsh. Who do you like in this one, Big T?
Who are we talking about?
Cowboys versus Manly.
Where's
I think
the play?
Cowboys up there.
Townsville.
Cowboys up there. Their halves are on fire. They've won 5 out of the last 6 or
Playing
something.
halfback. Purdue's moved to 6.
I heard that. I actually did hear that. Oh, he's a good player, Purdue. I haven't seen him play 6, so I don't know how he's going to go. Yeah, but I think the Cowboys up at was it 100 Smile Stadium or something?
QCB.
Oh, it's QCB now, not 100 Smile Stadium anymore.
Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
There we go.
Ever since
QBC.
Cherry Evans said he wants out, they just haven't been the same team.
100%. I think that's part of the problem.
They've only won one game.
Killed him.
Where he's going, yeah. The
And
Roosters.
then they lost Tommy for a while. And yeah.
Yeah.
It seems pretty obvious he's going to the Roosters because they're trying to offload players to fit him in.
Left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Let's get
Brandon Smith's already gone. He's gone to South, so effective immediately. But
Yeah.
well, not until he's over his injury. But yeah,
Let's get
I agree with
Sandon.
you, Billy. Can we get Sandon Smith
Can we get
He's a
Sandon?
gun.
Let's get some petition.
or Humphreys from South?
It was
Either of those
it
two
was
would do
actually
me.
it was actually a small rumour. Scoop. You should have broke this.
You're Scoop now,
Carey.
are you? You said you want to be Scoop.
Luke Carey, maybe their player they're bringing back.
Now Saturday.
No one. Luke Carey.
Well, where are they going to fit them all in?
Too old.
That's why they're offloading everybody. They've
Too
still got
old.
one spot left. They've got no halves.
Pushing at
Luke
10.
Saturday, 7:35 p.m. Rob, your favourite place, Shark Park. Just around the corner from you, I
The
believe.
swamp.
The Sharks will be taking on the Melbourne Storm. Now, the Sharks do welcome back Sia Sepatalakai. Teague Wilton's been named on the extended bench, but Thomas Hazelton drops out of the side. For the Melbourne Storm, they do welcome back Tui Kamekamiga on the bench. Harry Grant also named on the extended bench. He'll be looking to get a hit out before going into the Queensland team. Lazarus Vailepu drops out of the 17, and Nelson Asafa Solomona drops the extended bench. That's a surprise decision by Craig Bellamy, but he could very well make his way back into the 17 by kickoff. At Shark Park, the Sharks, good win over Manly. Is it enough, though, to take down the Melbourne Storm?
I'm being sold by Sharks. I think Sharks are maybe on the improve, but I think Manly are crapola at the moment. Like what Daz was saying, there's all this Cherry Evans stuff happening. Melbourne were just so clinical. I mean, what a performance that they put on. So yeah, and I think state of origin time now. Obviously, there's going to be a few Melbourne players go missing. So I think Bellamy will have them primed to win. So I think Melbourne will win, but it'll be a challenging game, I'm sure, because Sharks will give it everything. I think Melbourne will just be too good.
And Yogi, you're the Melbourne man on the panel. Did you see that game on Sunday? They were absolutely clinical, as Rob said.
I didn't. I saw the result and I went, "Hello, Melbourne."
Yeah, it was a better result than they had at start of the game. Then they played Parramatta when the Roosters
They're
played Parramatta.
inconsistent as well.
They are. Well, they've lost games. They've lost
You
games
just
to
don't
us.
know what you're going to get.
Yeah, he's fixing up the starts of the games. That's what he said, Bellamy now. He's worked on that. That was clinical. If you watch the game of the highlights, that first half was unbelievable.
It was, yeah.
Ryan Pappenhausen had a hat-trick within 17 minutes. A record.
Well, that first try Pappenhausen scored. How he did that was incredible. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And just next door is the MCG. It felt like the Melbourne Storm were playing a game of cricket, the way the score ended up.
They were none for 64.
And Jerome Lewis had made an ass himself.
Get out clause. But that
When
was
are the Dragons going to come back to when are the Dragons going to come back down here? They never played any.
No, they were down there last year, yeah. And then we won down there last
didn't
year.
see them.
We beat them.
Yep. I think the Storm will be too good for that one. The Sharks, they're going okay, but I don't think they're a top 4 side this year.
If you remember last year, we beat both premiership. Both grand final teams.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Now the TV game on Sunday, we'll see the Raiders. They'll be looking to bounce back from their second half collapse against the Bulldogs. They do welcome back Corey Horsburgh. That's a big in, but they do lose. Yeah, Big Red, but they do lose Matty Nicholson, the Englishman. He's been impressive.
Has been.
He's had a good start to the NRL. His NRL career. I think he's picked up a leg injury, so that's a big out. For the Titans, they do welcome back Kieran Foran. That's a big in. He's been named on the bench, as has Jamin Jolliffe. Arama Howe has dropped back to the extended bench, while Big T's boy, Isaac Barsaw-Malaawi, picked up concussion, so he's out of the team.
He's out.
Billy, I'll throw to you. Who do you like in this one? Do the Raiders get the job done in Canberra on Sunday afternoon?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think Raiders are a class team. Like they're just gritty and tough, and they're pretty much based off how Ricky Stewart played. So, I think they'll win.
They're very well coached.
Yeah, I think they'll win by. Give me 22. Look,
22.
Raiders every year. Everyone doubts them, and they just show everyone up. So I'm
I
not
like
doubting
the
him anymore.
I like
I actually think they're a chance of winning the whole thing this year.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Forget that second half on the weekend. I don't know what that was, but I think the Raiders might go close this year.
Yeah.
They played
When it
semi-finals
matters,
last year.
when it matters, he'll have them right.
No, they just missed out. They finished ninth.
Yeah.
No, 10th. Sorry.
Yeah. But they've been having that for the last couple of years. They've been bringing those young guys through in the back line, getting some hard heads in the front row. It's a pity they lost Elliot Whitehead this year. He was a good player for them. But that other guy, the other English guy they brought in, Matty Nicholson,
good player.
He's been a real find, yeah.
Stronger and stronger every week. But they always seem to find the pommy players.
Yeah. Why can't we do that?
Well, yeah, we should have a look to England. We can't get any from other clubs.
Yeah, Gareth.
Especially in the middles.
Yeah, we can look to England. Dufty's over there. Paul Vaughan's over there. Bring them back.
Oh, God.
Joe Fields over
Good,
there.
another barbecue.
Everyone's screaming Jay Fields' name, so bring him back.
We've struggled to find really good middles since Vaughan left. Ever since.
Yeah. Big T, your Tino's big fan.
Yeah.
Titans, they were very good. Have they turned a corner?
I don't think the Titans are a strong enough team this year in the competition. I've picked them to come in the bottom four. Sorry, Blaze, but yeah, I can't see the Titans getting over the Canberra Raiders in Canberra.
All right, and the
Be
final
massive
game
if
of the
they
round
did.
It would be.
Will be
But look at sorry, Jess. But look at the games this year, Daz. How we beat Melbourne. Melbourne smashed Parramatta. Parramatta beat us. Tigers were the same. They got smashed by Melbourne. We beat Melbourne. Tigers beat us. The games. If you're on I reckon there's.
Can you see Canberra losing 2 in a row though?
No.
After
Not
what
with
happened on
Ricky
the weekend,
escaped.
Ricky'd be filthy.
Would be.
The way they collapsed. The faders came back, yeah.
They
The
did.
old faders tag.
Yeah.
And the final game of the round will be in your neck of the woods on Sunday night, Big T, at Campbelltown. The Tigers and the Bunnies.
Campbelltown now. Tigers and the Bunnies.
Stafford Toa comes back while Fanua Pole drops out. He's picked up an injury. For the Rabbitohs, they do welcome back a prolific try scorer Alex Johnson, which sees Fletcher Myers drop back to the extended bench.
They're another team with the young blokes coming through the Tigers. They've got the young blokes coming through. It could be another year or so for them. I think they'll be in and around 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there, the Tigers. But the way South played last week, Latrell Mitchell, he's a genius. I don't know what you thought about his try. I know rugby league doesn't have a take the knee rule. Like in NFL, you take the knee, that's a tackle. NRL does not have that rule. So he could have scored that try every day of the week.
Yeah.
But people are coming out saying what a prick he was and he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be feigning the tackle.
Did what he had to do. Fair try.
Oh, mate, he had the smarts, mate. Nobody touched him. What they should have done is absolutely smashed the shit out of him. Drop one of their big forwards on him. Like, you can't just let him sit there.
You got to play the ball. Yep.
I'd love to see one of the Dragons players do that.
They would have been looking at it going, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
As Gus said,
I don't know what Broncos were doing. Like they said, oh, there he is. He's made the tackle, put his knee on the ground.
He went,
NRL doesn't have take a knee tackle. So,
I haven't seen anything that tricky
who do
since
you like
the
in that
wall.
one, Big T? Benji was disappointed.
South.
Bennett just knows how to get.
Wayne Bennett's just got it over everybody. Watch out for South this year, I reckon. Now Latrell's back.
Rob?
I was saying, mate, I think South, not only just Latrell's a freak, an absolute freak, but resilience. They're proving this year even against us. You remember we were ahead and they clawed themselves back. They had one player on the bench or something, and they still beat us. So they're a different team that way under Wayne Bennett. And Big T's right. And even just the average player, Wayne Bennett gets the best out of. Gets them to play better for him. It's like you're playing for Wayne Bennett as well as playing for the team. You know what I mean? He's such a good coach, manager of the player. Yeah, incredible how he can get a player up. So. Yeah. And I mean, even Latrell's on the media ban, right? Not talking to the media or anything like that. Don't you like the way he scored? He hit it and he turned around and he started walking back. It was like he was going to the mailbox, turn around, go back inside the house.
But
incredible.
The biggest game of the round, though, will be the 2:00 game on Sunday. It could be the most entertaining or it could be the most boring the way both teams are going at the moment. It could be. I'm just throwing it out there. But we'll start with you, Billy. Can the Dragons get the job done in Brisbane on Sunday?
Yep, 100%. Can't go in without confidence. Look, Broncos have been pretty average. Other than that bad Bulldogs game they went and put 30 in the first half. They haven't really done anything so flashy. Like, they've been pretty poor. I think if we want to restart and get back on the winning circle and try and get ourselves into the fight for the top 8, this is the game we have to win. It's a winnable game. I know it's in Brisbane, but it's definitely winnable. Like, we just have to show up and look.
Yeah, which Dragons are going to turn up? That's the problem.
Yeah, and we can't put all this pressure on Gutho and Lycan King Togia to do everything, because that's just simply not going to happen. It needs to be a full team performance. Yeah.
Well,
100%.
They've lost 4 out of their last 5.
Yeah, if we win, and
but that's not a good thing.
Oh, you don't know, but we've won 4 of our last 6 at Suncorp. So
yeah,
4 of our last 6 games at Suncorp we won.
There's a lot of Dragons fans up there in Brisbane.
And don't forget, we do have Jared Sutton is refereeing this game. Our record under him is not very good.
Don't worry about the ref.
But I think we win by 8 if we win.
Who scores a try? Who's your anytime try scorer?
I reckon Lycan King Togia. It's his home. That's where he was raised. And he said how much he loves playing there. And he showed that when Magic Round happened. So I reckon Lycan King Togia try. And Jaden's still got to get redemption on Suncorp Stadium.
He'll actually hang on to the ball this time.
I hope so.
All right, over to you, Rob.
Well, the way we win the game is Reynolds does a hamstring, Payne Haas twists the testicle, then Cobbo breaks a hand. No.
Twist the testicle.
Ben Hunt, you're sorry, Ben Hunt's not playing, aren't you, Rob? You're devastated.
What a coincidence.
Craigie's out open, but no. But bearing in mind, obviously, the weaker they are, the better it is for us. So, but then Ezra Mann, we don't know what we're going to get for him, but we've got to beat him in the middle. We've got to stop Reynolds. Got to put pressure. This kick pressure business that we haven't been doing in games of late, putting pressure on the kicker, we've got to. You don't have to run into them or whatever because you're going to get penalised, but more pressure. And I'm worried about the wings for us as well too, out wide. But look, if we play well, we'll play for the whole 80 minutes. Daz is right. Can't be this inconsistent Dragons. I'm tipping 1 point. I'm tipping a Val Holmes field goal.
Oh, shit.
2 point or 1 point field goal?
1 point.
I don't think I can handle another golden point game. If that happens, I might top myself.
I take hard medication. I'm telling you, watching the Dragons lately, I'm having to pop a pill during the match. And, mate, I'm 1 point. Val Holmes, anytime try scorer as well, too. I reckon Val's going to have a day out.
Yeah.
And I don't
What
know.
about with the boot?
Yeah,
How
I
many
hope
goals
so.
will the kick?
I'm tipping 21-20. I'm tipping Dragons 21 and Broncos 20. So there you go. So whatever that maths works out being. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to a Dragons win. And like Des says, I'm getting sick of these close games and we'll lose them by a point.
We've got to win
I'm fed
one.
up with it.
If we get to another Golden Point game, I think my TV will go out the window.
I just hate losing by a point.
Oh,
I'd rather lose by
sick of it.
6 or 8 or whatever, not lose by one bloody point.
Because you know you're that close to winning.
We know we're going to lose. That's the problem. No, we're not going to finish it off.
Big T, your turn. Oh, you
I say
Sorry,
Dragons by 4, bud. Dragons by 4. Always stay positive. Always positive. Not as positive as not much other weeks, but Dragons by 4. And I tell you, Egan, Holmes, and Stewart are going to get tries. Dragons by 4. It'll be 24-20 or something. Yeah. And if Rob's question comes true, it'll be 6 tries to 4, and then you'll kick a field goal. So.
Okay, I'll have a go. I think I'm going to go with Big T. I think Dylan Egan will be an anytime try scorer. He knows how to score a try, the good old Eagle. The Eagle will land at Suncorp. I think the Dragons can get it done if they can learn how to game manage properly and then play smart. And if they can build off what they did in the second half and play like that for 80 minutes, I think they can get the job done. I think it'll be a very tight game. I'm going to go the Dragons by 2 points. And I'm going to go Dylan Egan to be a try scorer at any stage in the game. Now I'll hand over to our Broncos antagonist, Youngie. Your turn.
Knows I hate the Bronco. I hate the Bronco.
You will love this moment if we can get this job done.
Absolutely. If we can get it done. I'll go Dragons by 8. Anytime try scorer Val Holmes. Hamish Smith might get a meat pie.
Hamish Stewart.
Dylan Egan. And Liddell. He's good for a try. 5 out. 2 meters out from the line. Burrow under. He should get one. We'll see if I'm right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for tonight. Just a reminder, there will be no vodcast next week as we do have a bye. So there's no vodcast next week. So we won't be here next Tuesday night. We'll be back in 2 weeks for a preview against the Newcastle Knights. But Donnie will be back in the host chair on Sunday to preview to review the game against the Broncos, hopefully on the back of a win at Suncorp Stadium. But Big T, over to you to finish off for us.
Oh, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been a great show. I love all the comments from the people in the comment part. It's absolutely fantastic. Love yous all. Ian Johnson, Christopher Holmes, all of yous. Tony Owen to Saints, Brady Stewart, Chip 98, all of yous. I love yous. I think we've got to get a win this week. We have to. It's a must. It's a must. 100%.
There's one game we want to win.
Payne Haas and Patrick Garrigan. Got to stop Payne Haas and Patrick Garrigan. That's the only way we're going to stop them. Stop them from going forward. We'll win the game. We've got to make more yards in our sets. But anyway, come on, Dragons fans!
Fire up!
Fire up!
Coco is at Pound's heart, she wears it on her sleeve. As Master tells tales of dragons, wins and tuna victory. Tony and the MP crew will do their very best. Hitting up topic and I digress with a red bee on our chest. The Mad Dragon podcast is a sheep of camaraderie. Navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big red bees. And so our paddlers weave the tales and our pursuit is our dream. The Mad Dragon podcast.